Welcome to a brand new series. This time we are in WDS's campaign Bautzen from the Napoleonic series, where we are fighting the Battle of Bautzen as the Allies, in this case the Prussians and the Russians. It is a 2-day battle, so in this case 104 turns. And we are going to be looking at the first turn here. So let us get started. So for the most part, this first turn is just going to be us seeing things manoeuvre. So I'm going to speed it up. Alright, so the French are coming forward towards Bautzen itself. And my overall plan... Alright, with that done, let us look at the battlefield. So, this is the battlefield. Here we have Bautzen itself. We got the river Spree. Then we got the various lakes up here. And then Galena Windmill Hill. And then back here we've got Krakowitz, Pushwitz, Rabbits and such. So for the most part, my overall plan will be that prelates. My overall plan, for the most part, is going to be this. So for the first part of the battle, I'm going to be looking to hold the river. Because, well, it's a massive obstacle, and I want to hold it as a result. Same with Bautzen itself. Bautzen is a big obstacle. It's also a road hub. By holding it, I deny the use of several roads. It's also very well fortified with high walls around it and only 4 gates. So for the most part, again, we are basically... Those look like Neapolitans. French light infantry. Italians, maybe? Italian cavalry. Those are definitely Italians. French. More French. Not sure. Westphalians, maybe? French. More French. Württembergers by the looks of them. But, yes, again, I intend to hold on to these ridges quite extensively, as they will be quite dominant and very important to me. So next turn you are going to go into extended line, likewise, extended line. So, again, to do the leading elements of my plan, we are going to probably send... You're going to go there and then form line as well. Basically to hold the gates of Bautzen, with these two being protected somewhat by other forces. You are all directly under him. You have no brigade commander by the looks of it. So that's somewhat interesting. Whereas this lot are under a brigade commander, and then so are this lot. For the moment, we're going to gather our Cossacks somewhat. You are all... Alright, you're all the Orlov Cossacks. And then the various other Cossacks are going to sort of gather a bit more. Artillery... Where's the artillery going to be sent? I'm going to get the artillery up onto the high ground for the moment, given that it's horse artillery. So getting it somewhat more useful, at least for the moment. Will be very handy. So that's them done. This lot around Prusenwitz are to likewise do the same in the form of gathering up as well. You are Tatar Uhlans. The Tatar Uhlans will gather up. And then these two regiments of dragoons, squadrons, are to be up there. Who do you belong to? You belong to who? You belong directly with the Corps HQ, which is fair enough. In this case, then, with them doing that, I am going to extend my Prussian line a little bit. These are Russian Jaegers, but I'll make use of them. And I intend to essentially make use of them as skirmishers. You're a bunch of Russians. The Grodino Hussars. In this case, then, I am going to detach 2 skirmisher elements from the 23rd and 24th Jaeger. They're going to go and hold that crossing point. In the meantime, the troops here at Niedergorig are going to head off. I'm going to withdraw from that area and start heading to cross the river. Blucher, you're up there. IR7, IR9, let's put you into extended line. Likewise, we'll look to put you into extended line, and then this lot will likewise go into extended line. They are going to hold on to that very nicely for me. No, you're fixed. Alright. I shouldn't really be using extended line, but because I'm not Brits in this case, but well, to be fair, it's a three rank extended line rather than British 2s, so there is that. Fire. Cause a couple of casualties there. Otherwise, do nothing. So moving further up. They're in position nicely. Who do you belong to? You belong to Kleist here with the advanced guard. So these elements of the advanced guard are to head this way. In return, I will have this element of cavalry come in. Essentially, the new Mark Dragoons come and take their place. Blucher. These are all fixed, so there's nothing to worry about here. This lot, however, is not, which is York's corps. So York, I'm gonna have set up a line at Krekvitz, I think. Have it basically set up on the Krekvitz heights, maybe. But for the most part, at the moment, he's to be manoeuvring. Because for one thing, as soon as I can, that's basically where more Russians will take their position eventually, so King Frederick will come this way as well. The Lieb Regiment. What have we got there? 13 guns, 6-pounder, 6-pounder, 7-pound howitzer. York, you can come up that way. We will continue, however, to get this lot moving. Whereas this lot of Russians are going to basically use the fortifications on the heights here to dominate the position. So I'm following the fairly historical plan with using Bautzen as my left flank, the lakes as my right. I'm basically going to use the river as my blocking position for now. Following that, I will basically use the high ground around here, along here, up to Krakvitz, this way to Prenovitz, and then up here towards Galina and the windmill. That's my general idea. But for now, until that idea comes to fruition, disordered, I did not mean to do that. Well, you look to rally them then. We've got the high ground up here protected by a lot of guns, and then the Dorpak Dragoons and the Tiva Dragoons will be there. The Russian cavalry over here, Prussian cavalry, under Starkenfeld, while they are part of von Zuyten's corps, I don't really need them there, but I'll keep them there for the most part for the moment. Given that the battle has literally only just begun, we are going to mostly be content at seeing what the French are up to first. By the looks of it, he's committing at least 3 battalions potentially straight for Bautzen, which is quite a few. The fact that he is committing all of that into Bautzen. Speaking of, then, I think as soon as I can, who do you belong to? You belong to them. I'm going to use this force to basically hold this part of the line. So I'm going to use this division to hold all of this. And then from there, I will use whoops. Me and my clumsiness. Yeah. Oh well. But from that, I will use that position to dominate the crossings over the Spree. So if he wants to get across the Spree, he's going to have to go through Bautzen. And I do not intend to make it easy to go through Bautzen. Given where his main forces are here at the moment, around Telkenitz, I suspect, given where I'm seeing his main forces around, say, Maustitz, Telkenitz, Sausenforst, Rattenwitz, and so on. So basically in this area. And obviously, looking on here, there's some enemies down here. We intend to make use of the river as much as we can to at least delay them. Especially if it will give me time to, well, if we look at releases, my main forces will basically release in a couple of hours. So we've got a couple of hours to try and delay him at least, to get into position ready. Von Roda, which is the Brandenburg reserves, which also includes all the Prussian heavy cavalry. I think I'm going to have them positioned around Pushwitz here. So basically just shifting them up a little bit. But for the most part, that will be this turn. I also do intend to keep the Russian... all of this, so the Russian Guard, for example, all the Russian Guard, I intend to keep all the Russian Guard and all the Russian heavy cavalry in reserve. This part, General Ravetsky's part of the line, which does include some of the heavy cavalry, will be basically committed, but the Guard themselves will not. The Guards are to remain in reserve, and that does include the separate part, which is the Guards Light Cavalry Division. As for the Grenadiers, Division, they likewise, as they're part of this lot as well, will be committed. So all of this is to be committed, minus the Guard Cavalry. So the Guard Dragoons, the Guard Hussars, and the Guard Ulan are not to be committed. But otherwise, we do have lots of nice, good artillery that we are going to take advantage of, especially on the heights, given that, well, there is a lot of heights on this battlefield, and I intend to make use of them. But that will be it for this episode. So I hope it's turn 1, 12 o'clock noon on May 20th, 1813. I hope to see... So far, it's a French major defeat. For them to get a major victory, they need to get 3,000 victory points. So I need to maul them as much as possible. But until then, I will see you all again next time, and I hope you enjoy this new series. So, bye-bye for now. Apologies for the scrolling as well. But again, bye-bye.